How's it going, guys? Today we're going over a portrait that I did in pastel and pencil crayon on Sennelier pastel card. For this project I used a few different types of pastels. I was experimenting with mixing together pen pastels, Sennelier soft pastels, Faber-Castell pastel pencils, and I also used a few different brands of pencil crayon as well. In general, I found that the pencil crayon didn't really stick to the paper as well, or at least not as well as I would have liked, but I think it's more that I had too much pastel down on my first few layers, so it was a little bit harder for the pencil to stick to that. So that's just something to keep in mind going forward. If you want to use pencil crayon going over top of pastels, you have to make sure that the pastel layers are very thin. So in terms of discussing the process for this, the thing that I want to mention is that you should always stop and check your accuracy at about like 2/3 of the way through. Like once you have all of the colors down and you have the general shape and form laid out with your shading, then you can stop. What I like to do is take a picture of my work and put it into Photoshop and then just switch the layers between that and the original, and then I can see if I have any sort of errors as far as where the shading is, because even if your outline is totally perfect, you can really change how the face looks depending on how you do the shading. So for one part of this picture, the nose ended up being too prominent because I added way too much highlight to the nose, so I had to tone it back a little bit, or tone it down a little bit. And like, you know, just adding that little bit of shading totally changed the shape of the nose, even though the lines were very accurate. So that's something to keep in mind when you're doing your artwork. Having a good outline is really important, but it's not everything. Shading is just as important as your outline, if not more so, in determining the shape and form of your subject. All right, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.